Hey guys, it is Amy with Crafts by Aimee. We are live on Facebook and YouTube tonight trying this out. So I need to share myself into my group on Facebook real quick. And I want to double check to make sure that I'm actually streaming on YouTube. Never done this before. Error, posted, posting, posting. For those of you that are new to me, my name is Amy with Crafts by Aimee. I have a YouTube page and I have a Facebook page. So you can watch me on either one of them. And I am hosting an event on Facebook today. And it is a farm animals event. I'm trying to see if it says I'm live. Okay. We are live on both. So I am just gonna close my phone. This is my old phone that I do when I have events and I need multiple devices. I will use that, or I will use my iPad, which is next to me also. So it is 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central, and it is my time in my event. Like I said, it is a farm animal event on Facebook. It is in a group called Crafty Friends Unite, which is my group. And this is a little barn that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure I got this a few years ago. So it was definitely $1.25 when I got it because it was before the price increase on all of the seasonal items. I'm just trying to get this into this curve right there. So I'm taping this off because I'm going to paint it. I sanded off the words. I think it said autumn skies and something. Or autumn leaves and fall leaves. Or maybe that's what it said. I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention to it. I just knew I liked it because it was shaped like a barn. So if you were watching, please let me know. And if you're watching on YouTube, really let me know because I've never gone live on YouTube. This is a first for me. So I am going to tape the bottom too. I don't want it getting on the base. And then we're going to paint some little farm animals. And you guys can help me decide which ones. Because I have a bunch of them. Let me turn this around so I can see where the bottom edges. So we are in Crafty Friends Unite on Facebook. Up after me is Dusty Granny's Crafts by Wendy. And our event started at noon Eastern time. Hey, Miss Renee, thank you for sprinkling. Noon Eastern, at our last presenters at midnight Eastern. So 12 hours of crafting today. So I'm going to paint this to look like a barn. So I'm using Imperial Red from Full Cart and their chalk paints. And I am reaching down to grab my my parchment sheets because they fell off my cart. So Miss Renee uses from Rustic Daisies DIY by Renee. She uses coffee filters, and I do have some of those, but I'm not sure exactly where they are at the moment. So I'm just going to use my parchment. And obviously, this thing is paint must have been at the bottom because it was not coming up. So we are just going to paint this, and since it's not a huge surface, I'm just going to use like a 1/2 inch brush because we don't need it to be, we don't need a huge brush for this surface. Like I said, it was from the Dollar Tree. And I'm pretty sure, I know I got it when it was still $1.25 because I've had this in my stash for like at least 2 years. I have a huge stash. I have a whole bin that's nothing but houses. And it's all different kinds of houses. Like the houses like this with bases, the ones that are just flat pieces, like tiny little houses in there. I have this size house. I have the ones from Valentine's Day that they sell at Dollar Tree. I bought a bunch of those a couple years ago. So we are making this into a red barn. I decided to just go with this because our animals are not that big. And I did get these animal pieces from Amazon. I forget how many came in the pack, but there are multiples of each of the animals. The only animal that I'm not using is the one that looked like a geese or a duck, because I want to use that for another event, and there were only a handful of them. I think there were 4 of them, so I didn't want to use those tonight. If they had a lot of them had like 8 and 10 pieces each one, but that one did not. So I will show you guys what it looks like, but I'm not using it tonight. So we're definitely going to do 2 coats of this just because I want to make sure everything's covered. But this is what the little geese look like. And I'm saving them for another event. So let's just dry this real quickly. We can paint another coat. And then we can work on the animals. It may take a 3rd coat. I'm not sure. It just depends on how... There's a leaf on here that I sanded down. Obviously, I sanded off the words. I sanded off a leaf, but I can still see it through the paint right now. So I want to make sure that that part's covered. So I'm not really sure what I would hang up there. I could put like a bow or something, I guess. And I do have my Type Bond Quick and Thick out to put whatever animals we use on this. My finger is healed from yesterday where I burnt it multiple times with my hot glue. But I don't want to take any chances, so I'm not using my hot glue gun tonight. I'm just going to use Quick and Thick to glue them on. I mean, I could probably just use tacky glue or something, but I feel like Quick and Thick is a thicker, more sturdier thing to use. Plus, I finally found it in my stash of stuff. I had put it with a craft that I was working on that I needed it for, and it wasn't where it needed to be. So, yeah. We are farm animaling today. That is our theme in the group. We have had some great creators today. Started off with Michelle with Glitzy Yaya at noon Eastern time. She made a cute cow out of clay. Hey, Miss Wendy. Wendy is up after me, you guys, with Dusty Granny's Crafts by Wendy. Was I hiding? I didn't know I was hiding. I thought I shared myself into the group. Did I not share myself into my own group? Because that's quite possible, but I thought I did. But I am streaming on two different services tonight, so go me. I was so proud of myself when I figured out how to do that. So let's try this and see if that flower is still there or not. Nope, I'm in there. We're all good. Like, wait, that was the first place Oh, okay. I'm sure there are a lot of people live. I know at least one other group that has an event today. I can barely see the leaf, but I can kind of see it, so I still have paint out and might as well do another coat. Because we've got time. We're only 6 minutes in. And I think I'm going to do all of these with paint markers instead of painting them since they're so tiny. I mean, obviously I can paint them. I've painted things that are tiny like that before. But unless I don't have the colors. Now, when I have one animal that I'm not sure what it is, and if anybody knows, I will hold it up in a second so you can see. And if any of you know what the animal is, please let me know what it is, because I'm having an issue figuring it out. I probably could have just searched it on Google, but, you know, I just realized, I just pulled them all out and I was looking at them and I was like, I don't know what this animal is, but it was in this bunch. So it's obviously a farm animal of some sort, but it is not something that I am currently familiar with, apparently. I know there's a chicken, there's a turkey, cow, a donkey, a horse, a pig. There's a dog, a goat, the farm sign. But there is one animal that I am not sure what the heck it is. It looks like a goat, but I mean, are there two different kinds of goats? Like, I know they have mountain goats and, like, farm goats. Is that what the difference is? Like, would that be the difference? I don't know. This is the animal that I cannot figure out what it is. So if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments. It has spots. And at first glance, I thought it was a cow, but it's not. And I don't have any clue what this animal is. Oh, thanks, Wendy. I think I shared myself to Natalie's group and Beth's group. Those are the only two that I usually share into. Sometimes I'll remember to share into Yachty's, but most of the time I don't. A billy goat. Okay, so it is a goat. Because this is the other goat that is in the collection. And hey, Miss Krista, this is the other one. I'm like, I know that's a goat. Or at least I think that's a goat. I know it's not a bull. Well, now Wendy's saying it's a calf. Renee is saying it's a lamb. It could be a lamb. I think lambs do look like that. A lamb is not the same as a sheep, so. And I do have a backup quilt. A backup craft in case this does not take as long as I thought it would. So, finish with this. Don't need this because I'm planning on using paint markers. I am going to leave this here so I can depress my markers. Thanks, Miss Grace. Y'all, we were talking about cleaning paintbrushes earlier on one of the lives. I cannot stand it. If my paintbrushes are not clean today, it will drive me nuts. Sometimes I just rinse the paint out. I don't remember to clean them with my soap that I use on them. But if the paint is still in there, it will drive me crazy. So, that's just me. But that's why y'all always see me doing it. Yes, Glittery Madonna is Natalie's group. So these are my paint markers. I also still have out my watercolors, but I'm not using those. We can take the tape off now. Don't need that anymore. I just don't want to get it on the roof or the base because it's nice wood. Okay. So we've got our barn. Now we got to color all of our animals. So I got to see if I have colors that I can paint them. I do have a ton of Posca pens, so, and I also have the pens that Wendy and I both have, the Art Soul ones. So I have all of those in there. So if I don't have a color in Posca, I can probably look in there and find one. And I need to decide on animals. So let's do that first. See how many animals we can actually fit. So I'm thinking we need to do the word farm. Just because, maybe not. I don't know. I'm thinking pig. I'm thinking, oh, we could put the little chicken up there. The cow. I'm thinking I want animals that are in different directions. So we got a sheep and a pig. They're in opposite directions. I'm only going to be able to fit like one more animal. Unless we hang these off the side, which is always an option. Just a little bit off. We could do... This is the... which one's the horse and which one's the donkey? Is the donkey the one with the ears that are pointed up? I think that's the donkey. I think this is the horse. We could probably move these a little bit more so that we could fit a fourth animal on the bottom. So maybe the goat, the baby calf, or whatever the heck this thing is with the spots. I have no clue. It's either that or the horse and the donkey. Because I want them to be in opposite directions. I mean, I could do the dog. The dog is kind of cute. But I think we'll stick with these. I'm not doing the turkey. Maybe at Thanksgiving time, I'll get all of the turkeys out and do a turkey farm. So these are the ones we're going to paint / color of some sort. Have y'all ever... So the other day I was using a Posca pen, and I liked the color, but it was making a mess. So I literally used it as paint, and I just put it on here, and I used a paintbrush to paint with it. Has anybody else ever done that, or is it just me? So I don't see a pink that I could use for the pig in this collection. Obviously I have a white one. I do have brown that I could use for this. My yellow is kind of bright for this. We might just use paints, you guys. I don't know about all this. Because I want to make that kind of look like straw. And I have peach, but it's kind of, or apricot. It's kind of not the right color. Okay. We're gonna see what's in this stuff. Because these are the markers that Wendy and I like, that have the they have dual tips. They cover on resin, you guys. So, hey, Miss Glenna. It's okay. Thank you for sprinkling me out. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you for sprinkling. So, let's see what color we might have. One of these is going to be the pig, I'm sure. I'm leaning towards this one. They don't have colors written on them, so I don't know what any of these really are. We're going to need the white for our sheep. Or maybe we might need our light gray for the sheep, too. I'm going to need brown for the hooves. And I think this is the color I might use for the horse. So we've got white for the chicken. What color is a chicken's beak? Orange? They don't really have a great orange in this collection. I guess I could use this one. I might see what's in the other one, though. And then red for that little dangly thing in its hair. Because our chicken needs to look cool. So, and we'll keep black out, because apparently silver wanted to fall on the floor. Let's see what's in the other one. So this set is the one that has dual-ended. And it has different colors. So this one has like a teal on this end and like a grass green. It is a container from Hobby Lobby. It comes with, so it only comes with 4 of these. It comes with one really big one, which is the one I'm using at the bottom, and 3 of these that are this size, and the lid. So I can't explain what size it is, but it only comes with 4 of them. I had an extra one from another case I was using for something else. So I decided to use it for this because it works perfectly. And the Posca pens, they only fit 1 row deep, but I'm okay with that. But they fit like perfectly in this container. So let's see if there's a better orange for the beak. Because I am not loving this orange. It is like not the right orange. I'm very particular, can y'all tell? Let's see what's in here. So this set does not have I don't think it has the gold and silver, which is why I have both sets, because I needed it's from Hobby Lobby. I can send you the link to it so you can see what it looks like. I think it's Sterilite brand. All of these oranges are so bright. Maybe this darker orange. Maybe, I don't know. Is a chicken's beak even orange, or is it yellow? It's probably yellow, and I'm just dumb and don't realize that. That is a weird color. What color is this the same yellow? No, it's not. This is the yellow I want to use. And possibly that orange. I don't know. Maybe we'll make the maybe we'll make its hair orange. I have no clue. Yeah, it's like a really good container. I have a couple of them. I also have the one that has 4 cases that are like closed. They're a little bit shorter than this, but they're in like a box. I'll show you guys actually, because stamps. I love this container. This is actually this is just Hobby Lobby's brand, but I have this one. It's for photos, but I use it for my stamps. I have wood cutouts in it. So it has 4 little containers that are all the same size, but they're thick. They're like 2.5 inches thick. And then they come in a big container that you close, and it was $8.99 for this, and it's a your price thing, so it doesn't go on sale. But I've never seen anything like that at Michael's or anything, so there is that. Okay, we're gonna start coloring. I think I'm gonna use this one for the pig. And it does have 2 different tips. So it has this paintbrush-like tip on one end, and it has a bullet tip on the other end. Sorry, Facebook, but that is what this thing is called. Whereas the so that's the one that's one color. The ones that are dual colors only have the paintbrush tip. So that's what we're going with. We're gonna paint the piggy. And I might have to figure out like a different color for the pig's hooves. I'm not sure what color I want to use for those. Because Renee was using the gray that she had out, but it looked weird. But I love these pens. Like I said, they worked on resin. They worked on resin better than acrylic paint. I used the gold one on, it was a crown. It's either a crown or a shield that I was working on. We did our fairy tale event. And I used the marker to paint over the paint that I used because I didn't like how it looked. It was too much of a yellowish gold, and I didn't like it. And I painted over it with the paint markers, and it came out looking so much better. And if you have missed anybody today, guys, please go back and watch them in the group. All of them have been shared into the group, Crafty Friends Unite. There is a link in the description. And I think it even shows up if you're watching me on YouTube. You can go look and find the group on Facebook. Not 100% sure because, like I said, this is my first time streaming on both sites. But I would imagine if the link is there, you should be able to click on it regardless of where you're watching from. Should a pig snout be darker than the rest of it? I don't know why I just did that. I just took the pen from the other end. Let's see. I don't know what color goes in a pig's ear. But I'm just going to use this light gray color. It's tiny. It's not a big amount. And I don't know what color to do its hooves. What color are pigs' hooves? I guess I could ask, hey Google, what color are pigs' hooves? Oh my God.
I don't understand.
It translated that into pig boobs. Oh my gosh. Wow, Google. I think I might use this. I don't know what color this is, but I'm going to use this for the straw. It's like an orangish, a yellowish, brownish, cream color looking. It looks like straw. I just say that. So these little pieces that I'm coloring right now were from Amazon. Just in case anybody was looking for any like little farm pieces for something later in life. It came with like 100 of them. I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay. We got our straw. Let's do our horsey. I don't know what color this is, but it looks like a chestnut. So that's what color I'm saying it is. It looks like chestnut brown to me. Yes, I talk to my stuff. But yes, it did. And I think that's why it couldn't figure it out, because I don't think pigs have boobs. Pretty sure that wasn't what I asked it to look up, though. But apparently, the way I talk, it translated that into that word. A lot of times I'll ask Siri something and she's like, I don't understand. And I'm like, well, you're supposed to understand. That's what you're made for. Did anybody ever watch The Big Bang Theory? There was an episode whenever iPhones were first coming out and Raj, the Indian guy, had one. And Howard was making fun of him. And so was Leonard. And they were saying, like, Howard was just talking in, like, weird language. He was talking at, like, he makes fun of Raj in his Indian language. And Raj was asking it to call, I don't know, either Howard or Leonard. And, Leonard asked it to call some weird name. And the phone rang. And he was like, the phone was like, calling Leonard Hofstetter. That was like not anywhere close to what Leonard had said. I still watch The Big Bang Theory because it's on HBO Max, and I'll watch it when I'm in the kitchen eating dinner and stuff. Did you like that show, Glenna? I love that show. Even though Sheldon was kind of a ASS sometimes, he was pretty much one of the funniest characters. And they changed his character so much over the years. I loved his mom. I loved both of the moms. Actually, I like all of their moms. I think Howard's mom was funny because she was never seen. Katie Seagal is like the goat of everything. So when she played Penny's mom, I was like, oh my god, it's Katie Seagal. I love her. I'm gonna use a darker brown for the hair, the hooves, and the, well, maybe this is not darker. It looked darker, but it may not be. Oh well, we're gonna go with it because that's what I see. It's not sad. I watch it all the time. I watch it like every time I'm eating dinner or lunch or whatever in our kitchen because we have a TV. It's just something fun that I can watch while I'm eating and not have to like get really involved in. Like I was watching The West Wing with my mom the other night when we were eating, and I'm like, that one is one that I've seen before, so it's not like, oh, I need to really invest in it, but kind of do because I'm like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. I think she was getting a little annoyed with me. Melissa's here? I didn't see her come in. Unless it's just not showing me comments for some reason. But I see all the other comments. That's weird. I don't know what color eyes horses have. I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to make them black just so that they stand out on the horse because it's dark brown. Wrong end. There's another thing I like about these markers with the paintbrush tip. The tip is so fine that you can paint really fine things with them. Got our horse done. Our pig just needs hooves. Just keep brushing in. We're going to paint our little chicken. Did I ever tell y'all guys that my sister is a crazy chicken lady? And I could say that because my sister never watches because she doesn't have Facebook. I need to make my sister one of those shirts for her birthday that says, never dreamed I'd be a crazy chicken lady, but here I am, killing it. She has a chicken And they had it at their old house before Emmy was even born, so. And one time I was watching the dog while they were out of town, and apparently something ate one of the chickens or got into the chicken things. And my sister was like, "How did you not see that?" And I'm like, "You really think I go out there and check on those damn chickens while you're going? Unless you ask me to do something, I'm not just going to voluntarily go outside and look in the chicken pen." She was like, "I'm just kidding. Hey, Miss Trudy, how are you doing? Sounded like you had a lot to do today." Probably going to make this chicken's eye another color. I don't. See, I keep doing that with these markers. I don't know if this little thing is red, but on a turkey it is, so I feel like it is on a chicken too. And it's my chicken, so I can make it look however I wanted. I could have made this chicken pink if I wanted to. Pink chicken. That sounds like an interesting concept. What color is their hair? I know nothing about farm animals, in case y'all can't tell. I am like the furthest thing from a farm that you will ever see. If my friend Miss Goo was on here, she would know. She actually has a farm. And I'm pretty sure she has chickens, and I don't know if she has pigs. She has horses and all of that good stuff. Hey, Miss Tracy. Hey, Julie. Hey, Miss Liz. I'm going to give this chicken. This chicken's getting a blue eye, if I can find the blue. It's getting a blue eye. Blue-eyed chicken. I want his eye to stand out. So I've got 2 animals done finished. Just need to figure out the pig and the goat and everything else. See, we're gonna paint him with white too, or her. I don't know. All I know is goats get sheared so that we can have wool. That's about the extent of my knowledge about sheep. They get sheared. Another thing I like about these markers is they don't have a lot of ink or paint in them. That when I'm doing this, I can color over the little cutouts or whatever those things are called where they're burnt in, and it's not covering them completely, so I can see them when I want to come back and do something on them. Unlike when I paint things with like actual paint, where it just covers it up or goes in those lines and you can't get it out without like a scraper thing. And also you don't have to do this, where you don't have to press down to get the paint to come out of these. It just automatically does. Hey, Miss Nina. We are in our farm animal event today. And I am doing a little mini barn and some animals to go with it. And I will probably use these markers to paint a barn door because it definitely needs a door. It's probably going to be a ratchety door, but that's because I'm not good at painting like objects. I never have been. So I'm going to make the hair on the sheep, on its head, it's going to be gray. I don't know if that's how it goes, but that's how this sheep is. And I could have painted the whole thing gray because there are gray sheeps. Or sheep, not sheeps. The plural of sheep is sheep. And I'm also painting its hooves with this color. Sheep's done. Now I just have to figure out pig's feet. I'm painting the pig's feet pink. I don't want it to be the same pink, so it's a different pink. But the pig is getting pink feet. And it looks like I missed a tiny section on the pig. Or they made a weird marking on this pig. I think I just missed it. Thanks, Nina. Trying to figure out the pig's snout. Is the pig's snout also lighter? Let's make the pig's snout lighter. Let's paint that with this pink. Paint over the pink that we already did. It's not going to change it vastly, but I kind of like it. It's like just enough to where it's just enough. I don't know what color pig's eyes are, or sheep's eyes, or their noses, or any of this stuff. And supposedly this is a calf. I don't know what color calves are, so we're going to have a black and white calf with some brown hooves. So, wrong end. I'm not sure how to paint this thing. I mean, I know how to paint this part, but the feet are like half white, half black, I guess. So again, in case y'all missed it, up after me is Wendy with Dusty Granny's Crafts by Wendy. I know we're not used to having Wendy live that early, but she picked that when the time came available. So that's when she will be live. So yeah, I'm painting the top part of the hoofs with the white. And like the body, and then all of the little cutout looking circle pieces are all going to be black. I do know what a cow looks like because I watched Pee-wee's Playhouse when I was growing up, and there was a cow on the show. I have no clue what the eyes are supposed to look like, or the ears, or the mouth. But I think I'm going to make the calf's mouth pink. I have no clue what the color eye is supposed to be, but we'll figure that out too. I'm going to use the pig color for the mouth. It's such a tiny spot, you're not even going to notice it. Let's use a weird color blue. We'll make the eye blue, but it's like a darker blue. It's really like a bluish gray. So I did cover the ear with the white, but I think that was supposed to be a different color. Luckily, black covers white, so. And it wasn't like it was a thick coat of black. I mean, thick coat of white. Why can't I talk sometimes when I'm on live? I know that happens to other crafters. It's not just me. Like, why do we forget words when we go live? At least I admit it. I admit when I can't remember words. Not everyone would do that. Most of the crafters will do that, though. So again, this is our farm animal event. It was inspired by Miss Marylou from Loving Your Home Space. I have a group chat where I ask for suggestions, and I try to do one a month that's suggested by members of the group, the fellow crafters in the community that are in there. So whenever you see inspired by on our flyer or in the group when you're going to look at the polls and stuff, that's where I get those from. So if you're a crafter and you're in the group, but you're not in that poll, that group where I ask for suggestions, let me know and I will add you. I feel like the sheep and the pig need eyes that are colored because they just look weird. Have you ever seen a pig with blue eyes? Well, now you have. Because this pig's got blue eyes just like that chicken. And the sheep is getting a pink nose. Ta-da! Now we have all of our things colored. I gotta remember which ones go in which. This is the only one that came out of that one, I think. The rest they all in this. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. So I'm gonna put my boxes back together. And I like these because I can just read, like, if I'm using the Posca pens, they can be on top. If I'm using these, they can be on top. It doesn't have, I do have a tier tray. I actually have a ginormous tier tray that I made that I tried to stabilize and it wobbles. And it drives me nuts. But I made a I'll have to post a picture of it again. I posted a picture when I originally did it, but I have a ginormous tier tray. I'm talking like I made it out of the heavy woods you can get from either they used to sell them at Hobby Lobby. I don't think they do anymore. They're like the big wood rounds. I think the bottom one is, and it's also like Hobby Lobby is, Hobby Lobby used to have those, but I think I got them from Home Depot or Lowe's because they have different sizes. I think the bottom one is 18 inches and then 15 inches and then 12 inches at the top. I think those are the dimensions that I used for those. And it's, I'll have to take a picture. I used I used legs that you would use on like a sofa or a table. I used the sofa one. So I have one that's 12 inches. I don't know if both of them are 12 inches. It might have been 12 and 9. But I used like furniture legs to put in between the two levels. Okay, so we are putting our little chick up there. Actually, our animals are probably going to block the door to begin with, but I'm trying to decide if I want to draw a door on here or not, because if I do, we're not going to have room for the animals. Yeah, mine's huge, and it stays out all year because there's nowhere to put it. My dad helped me make it because I was scared to use the drill because it was the very, very first thing I ever made with the drill. And it was his drill. Like, I didn't even own a drill for myself back then. And he ruined one of my levels with his stupidity. He, like, scratched a big old zigzag in it with the stupid drill. I was so mad. So I'm using Quick and Thick. In case y'all were wondering yesterday, I burnt my finger when I was gluing stuff to craft. It's all better now. I have no blister on my finger because I used that stuff that I told y'all about. Hey, Miss Lisa. So, yeah, if anybody ever gets a burn, this stuff works. You put it on there and you have to let it dry, and then I covered mine with a bandage after it was mostly dry. It wasn't completely dry because it's a gel. But, yeah. After it was dry, I just left the Band-Aid on overnight, took it off today, and voila, nothing. No blister. It was starting to blister yesterday when it happened because that's how bad it was. But I have no blister. So I'm just putting these down so I can see where I want them and how much they're going to hang off the edge of the house. It is Allocaine Max Emergency Burn Gel with an antiseptic. It's 4% lidocaine. This is what I bought when I burnt my palm with the hot tool, the one with the blades that you can change at the top. I'm rethinking this. I know this is mine and I can do whatever I want, but I kind of want to make the pig fly. I feel like there's too many animals down at the bottom of the thing. And so I feel like the pig needs to be flying. I think the pig's going to be flying. Because I overestimated. I overestimated how much I could fit at the bottom. But yeah, I got that a couple years ago when I burnt my hand with when I was in Wendy's event. And she was like, go take care of that. Because I was like, no, it's fine. I can stay on. I don't want to leave. I was like, I don't want to leave you stranded, basically. And she was like, girl, you stayed on longer than I would have. Which was true, because I did stay on for like a decent amount of time after it had happened. There's something in the middle of this horse hill, and it's driving me nuts. Oh, that was easy enough to poke out. Thanks, Miss Trudy. I know I have 15 minutes left, so I'm going to pull out another craft, because I'm not doing anything else to this. I just wanted to put the little animals on it. No, you are not sticking up there. You go down here. And the pig is going to fly. I'm going to stencil something, and y'all are going to think that the stencil is hilarious, because it is. Our pig is flying up to our chicken. Thanks, Glenna. Well, I got my quick and thick back, and I'm using it. I don't need no more burns on my fingers or anywhere else. Legs. I burnt my leg with glue, with hot glue. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but I like to move around a lot when I'm crafting. And I will sit cross-legged in my chair, and I had on shorts, and of course I burnt my leg. Because when does that not happen? So we're going to move our little barn over here. I'm going to move that back over here. So I think that this house that I'm going to use for my surface, I want to say I got this for $3 at Target. It was either 3 or 5. It was in that dollar spot. And I don't think I want to paint it. I think I like it how it is. It looks like distressed wood. So this is my background for the house, is the house. And this is the stencil that I'm going to use. It says, cluck around and find out. I think it's hilarious. I can believe that, Jennifer. You were using a lot for that party hat. If you ever see that at a pharmacy up in Canada, I highly suggest going and getting it. Because it works. So I think I'm going to do what people were telling Beth to do the other night. They told her to do it in a light color and then come back and... I'm not going to do the words in a light color, though. But to do, like, the image in a light color, then you can, like, paint it whatever colors you want and then come back with a darker color. Like, put the stencil back and come back with a darker color. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do the words in a darker color to begin with, because there's no point in trying to shadow that, because it's literally going to be the same exact thing. It's not going to make any difference. So, yeah. And I'm trying to decide if I think I need to wax the surface. Because I do have surface wax. I have Chalk Couture surface wax and Magnolia. But my, this is my Chalk Couture one. It's kind of dry. And my Magnolia one's the one that made everything slide off the, it's definitely not dry, but it definitely made stuff fall off the surface. But I'm not sure if I even need it with this. I didn't paint this. This is how it came. I'm thinking it'll be okay if I don't use either one of these. Somebody said to use the wax with like mica powder, and you can turn it into like rub and buff. To cluck around, that's the name. I haven't used this stencil, but apparently when I took it out of the wrapper, I must have written the name on the back of it because it's there. Okay, that's totally fine, Miss Jennifer. I mean, if there's something you really want to know about, the barn that I used for this little one was from the Dollar Tree. The little wood cutouts were from Amazon. This house was from probably at least 3 or 4 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was from the dollar spot at Target. And this is from Magnolia, if anybody's interested. It is a Magnolia stencil, and it fits perfectly in this house. Which I'm kind of glad I'm not painting or doing anything to the house, because then if I want to later, I could like sand this off and use it again. So I know I only have 10 minutes left, but I'm just going to at least get the layers done. I'm at least going to get the first layer done. So I'm going to use, okay, y'all tell me what you think. So I want to use a light color to do it. Then we're going to paint it all in. And then we'll come back with a darker color. So for the lighter color, do y'all think I should use this Irish cream, which is a brownie color kind of, or almond latte for our first level? And then when I come back, should I use tan leather as our darker color or rust? I was leaning towards leather, but I'm not really sure. So y'all let me know. Tan leather is the darker one. This is rust. So leather or rust for the darker color, and Irish cream or almond latte for the lighter one. The lighter one is just so that we can see the outline to paint it. But whatever color we decide to do for that darker color is what I'm going to do the words in. So it's either going to be rust or it's going to be leather. And see, this stencil isn't even sticking down. This stencil isn't even staying on the surface, and I didn't do anything to it. I literally just took it off the backing sheet. And it doesn't even want to stay on the surface. Well, this is going to be fun. Nina says leather for the darker. Lisa says almond and leather. Okay. That's, y'all, this stencil does not want to stay in place. It keeps moving. Maybe it wants to cluck around and find out. You want to cluck around and find out? Me and Magnolia are about to have an issue. Because I have never used this stencil. I mean, I got it last year, but I never used it. It should be sticking to my surface. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to start with the words. If the words get blurry, then we're going to do something else. You don't need a lot, and you don't need to push down hard. It's not supposed to move, just so y'all know. I was going to tell Wendy yesterday. She was saying that she was having a bad day, and she said, "Not today, Satan." I was going to tell her, "Do you need me to make you a shirt?" Because Magnolia had a stencil that said that. And I'm pretty sure I have the stencil. Because that was one of the reasons I started buying some of this stuff from Chocolate Tour. I like the sarcastic stuff. Quite honestly, those are my favorite stencils. I love the sarcastic stuff. And don't get me wrong, obviously Magnolia has a sense of humor with some stuff, but Chocolate Tour has more stuff that is, hysterical. Magnolia does have funny things. I mean, I have this one. They had Not Today, Satan. There's one with a lady that just has her finger under her chin, and it says, "That's interesting." And I'm like, yes, that's me. When I'm listening to somebody and I think that they're like retarded, basically, or what they're saying is stupid and it shouldn't be talking, but they're not going to shut up. One of those people. I do have a bin on the floor with water to put this in after we finish, but chances are I'll probably just go wash it in the sink because I'm gonna go wash the paintbrush. So Beth did this on her live the other night because somebody was telling her to do it with our craft club stencil. Our craft club stencil for April was this flower thing. It was like a bouquet of flowers. It was very pretty. And it turned out awesome. She did 2 of them that night. She did one with glittering black ink, or paste, not ink. She did paste. Because she did it on the surface that came with the kit. And then she got out a cutting board, one of those Dollar Tree cutting boards. And she did one with, I don't remember what color she used for a light one. It was probably this color, honestly. And then she's like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm not a good painter. Y'all, it came out so cool. If y'all don't follow Craft from Confessions with Beth, you should. And if you do follow her and you didn't see that from the other day when she did it, you should go check it out because it turned out really cool. She posted the picture with both of them. Also, y'all may notice that I'm going up or down. You don't want to mix directions when you're doing this because it can end up leaving like weird lines in your paste when you pull the stencil off. And also you can use the back of your squeegee to take off the excess because it's a straight thing, so it's going to take it all off easily. I think next time I order from Chalk Couture, I'm going to order one of those board erasers that you use to clean the stencil, Miss Lisa, and see how I like that compared to what Magnolia has with their little thing. I'm doing this because I'm trying to there's some lines in here that I can see, and I want them to not be visible once I take this off, even though I'm going to paint over it because, yeah. So I've got about 5 minutes left. Let me just move some things out of my way. Close my jar of paste. I think I'm just going to clean my stencil in here, honestly. Sorry you can't see the little form thing anymore. But yeah, see if this is... Oh, this isn't my dirty one. I don't know where my dirty one is, but I'm just going to use this one. So I know y'all can't really see the lady because it's very much, light colored. So you're supposed to dry it. There you can kind of see her. You dry it and then you paint it. And I'm surprised that the words did not end up getting all messed up from that. So I'm going to clean this with my... I'm going to use my stencil cleaner, but I am also going to use that. Wendy's after me. Dusty Granny Crafts by Wendy is after me. I will be sharing her into our group in a minute. No, this is not an approved dispenser from either Chalk Couture or Magnolia. It was either from Amazon or Hobby Lobby. Because Hobby Lobby actually had those in like their kitchen section. So you want to clean your stencils as soon as you can because stuff stains. If the brown stays on the stencil, totally okay. You just don't want it in the mesh. Because I don't even know if I told you guys that these are mesh stencils. I know a lot of you know what mesh stencils are. Because you're either follow somebody that does the stencils a lot, or you're with one of the companies that sells them. But this is our version of cleaning a stencil, is that thing. And if it gets on there, this is for cleaning, well, for cleaning / drying your stencil. If it gets on here, just throw it in the washing machine with some towels. And this is a disinfectant wipe. Do not use a baby wipe. It can mess up the So stencils like this are made out of mesh and like vinyl. I've seen people make them out of actual, like, using their Cricut with like actual vinyl that you cut with your Cricut, and mesh and interfacing that is usable interfacing that you use heat with. So that's what this is. So if you use baby wipes, especially on the back, because you can use these on the back to clean it too, if you get like... So the other day, over the weekend, I did an event That was a vintage sign event, and your girl pulled up paint with her stencil, which it turned out to be okay because it was a vintage sign thing. But when I took it off, there was so much paint that was stuck on the back of the stencil that I really needed to clean it. So you don't want to use your stencil cleaning little sponge thing because it can damage the stickiness, but this you can use on the back. So you would just clean it like this. I don't really need to clean much off of this because there's nothing on here, but I just thought I'd show you guys. And Miss Yachty, who was the person that was co-hosting the event, she didn't know you could use these on the back of the... She knew you could use it on the front, but I'm like, I Googled it before I did it to double check before I decided to, you know, I didn't want to mess up my stencils because I had to throw away a stencil. It was not fun. It was a huge stencil that stuck together and I could not get it apart. Like, it was not happening. So I'm going to dry this, and then I don't know if I'm going to work on it tonight with painting it, but I will definitely get it finished, and I will totally post a picture of it once I do. So I'm going to share Miss Wendy into the group because she is live, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye, guys.